YouTube. It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button down below. While you're there, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to help support your girl, okay, in these YouTube streets. Now, tonight, I have a special group of people joining me to discuss the latest hot topics, celebrity gossip, and current events. Everybody, welcome. Please introduce yourself to the people. Whoever wants to go first, no particular order.
I'll just go in order, I guess, since we are. I'm Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. I am a fellow YouTuber, and I am just ready to get into whatever Monique has planned for us today.
Likewise, I'm Tiffany with 1/4 of the spot, Real Talk. So thank you for having me. I'm anxious to get into this discussion.
Yes, thanks for joining me.
I'm Brillo, Mo Shady. Brillo the Big Review. Check it out. I'm ready to lock in with my television commission.
Yeah.
People here we go. Let's get it.
Turn up.
Your favorite diva. And we are here. We live. Y'all ready?
Hey, because we gonna get into some things tonight, you guys. I have a list of hot topics that we're gonna discuss this evening, and I think it's gonna spark some really good conversation. But before we dive in, I want to give some love to my chat. Let's see. Hey, Samara.
Yeah, hey, Samara.
Hey, what up, Tiff? Greta.
Here speaks. Yeah, hey.
Kira, my girl. Thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all stay. Let's get into it. So first on the docket, we're gonna talk about Will Smith. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was sick and tired of talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock. At one point, it felt like it was never gonna end. It felt like this was gonna be a continuation. As far as my job with writing for the Jasmine brand, when the incident first happened in March, I think within less than 2 weeks, I had written 10 articles, 10 about them, because every day something else was popping. It was just, so I was sick of it. So we got a little break, right? We got a little break, and now what's happened? It's resurfaced. Okay, so Will Smith, I don't even remember what day it was last week. I want to say last Thursday. So Will Smith finally spoke out after the infamous Oscar slap. And he came out with a very emotional, sentimental video, just really apologizing. You know, it seems like he was doing a lot of self-reflecting, things like that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna play the video.
You just speed it up a little bit because he talks like super slow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, y'all. Just like a little,
I mean, it's only like 5 minutes.
He does. Yes, that's long. Yeah. So I'm definitely not. I'm just gonna give a little teaser for the people, and then we can, dive in and give our opinions. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, child. I'm trying to do this where you share the screen thing. Un momento. Let's see. Share. Oh, you know what? I probably should. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to find it on YouTube real quick because on his Instagram, I can't, like fast forward and stuff. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, I saw the apology and I'm like, he needed it. Like, come on, man. Put it down.
I think there was an agenda behind that, because I feel like for him to move forward, he had to do something.
Chris.
Can y'all see my screen?
And the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk. And when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. Let's say sorry to my kids and
All right, y'all. So we gonna stop it right there. I think we got a good amount. We got the gist. Before we dive in, I'm gonna start with this. If y'all don't know, I like to try to be the peacemaker. I try to see all sides of the situation. I really do. I try to be very diplomatic. Of course, there are certain things that I'm very stern and firm on. I'm just going to say that for any new people who are not used to me in my commentary. That's a heads up. So I always try to give grace to people. And for me, I'm never going to knock someone who is taking accountability and it's like, I effed up. Like, how you hate that? How are you going to diss that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have nothing but respect for anybody that can be like, shit, I messed up. Like, I might need to apologize and fix the situation. So I commend him for doing that publicly. Why? Because he slapped Chris Rock publicly. So he deserves a public apology.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, that's really it. I'm gonna let y'all take the floor. He looked very sad. I definitely think over the last few months, he's definitely sought counseling. I think he's definitely done a lot of self-reflection and realized that he still has some demons from his younger days that he has not addressed yet. And a lot of us can relate to having trauma. A lot of us can relate to having PTSD, whether we realize it or not. So I appreciate it because I was upset. I was very upset with Will Smith for what he did. I was very disappointed. I was also disappointed in the Black community because, baby, we was divided, baby. We
always divided, baby. It ain't no unity in the Black community.
We would only when we want to be, right? Only when we want to be.
Not even there.
And I'm done. Y'all take the floor. Nita, you go first since you already. Go ahead, girl.
Okay. I just did a live earlier addressing this. We went through the questions and we talked about it. And what I wanted to say is that I felt like the apology was the right thing to do. Now, I feel like because he said there was a lot of nuances behind it and he is still trying to unpack it, I still feel like he feels justified in his actions to protect his wife and to, I still feel that way. I'm sorry. But like I said in the comments, I said the impact of the smack was bigger than anybody could have thought. Like it sent a ripple into the community, white, black, everybody. This is on the Oscar stage. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like he still would have did that if we was just in the DC improv station.
Oh yeah.
I still feel like he still feels behind his decision to do that. And then also too, that whole thing with Jada, I hate when people try to villainize a woman for a man's actions. And I feel very strongly about that. He is a big age. He's 50 plus years old. And he needs to own that. He needs to own that 100%. I don't agree with nobody. Like, I mean, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's not even 5 foot. She's not even 5 feet tall. Like, is she standing beside the camera with the AK-47 pointing to his head like we at the prison, like he a prisoner of war?
Right.
No, he is a whole man. And if he needs to get out the situation, then he needs to go. But that's his decision. And it's not about the woman. It's his decision.
And I'm glad he clarified that. I'm so glad that he clarified, like, y'all, this was not Jada. This was all me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate him clarifying that. Brillo, I saw you was itching to say something. Go ahead, brother. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel Nita 100%. It was his decision. You can't blame Jada or whatever because she rolled her eyes. But I know me as a man, sometimes I just need my woman's help if I'm about to do something stupid. I wouldn't necessarily blame her because I know I need mine. I've been, you know what I'm saying? Your emotions can run over. You could be ready to do something stupid. Yeah, it's not her fault that I chose to do that, but baby, I need some help. Grab me. You know what I'm saying? If I look you in your eyes, I might sit my ass back down. You know what I'm saying? But it's not her fault. But as far as Will, like, I feel like it's too late. The apology is good, but we needed that weeks ago. I don't feel sorry for Chris Rock or Will. Like, I mean, it was a smack. I guess I feel like Chris Rock should have addressed it then and there. Man, smacked him in the face. I don't care where you at. I'm not just gonna just let that happen. Will did it, so like Nita said, stand on it. Why you sit here looking, crying like you just cried your eyes out? Like, bro, you already up. You got your money. Enjoy it. Why don't you make your own studio, make your own movies? You don't need them. Apologize and keep it moving. Like, get healthy, get right. Like, you don't need to be looking like you in tears. That's not a sight I want to see. And if you don't want to accept an apology, like Monique said, it was I felt like it was sincere. If he don't want to accept it, that's on him, bro. You can't go behind. You made a mistake. Deal with it, man. It ain't the end of the world. You good. What you sorry for you? Like, come on, man. You apologize.
I hear you, Brillo, but my only thing is because it was a very severe situation and it played out across the world, not just America. I think we need to take a minute to really grasp
that was mainstream.
Like, I had my cousins in the UK DM me like, Monique, was this a stunt? Like, this became worldwide news, right? And it was a very public thing, so I think it deserved a very public apology.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with the apology. I feel like it should have been maybe months ago. You could have did this apology months ago. And I mean, I don't want to see you looking like you need some Kleenex, man. Like, apologize and move on with your life.
Man. Come on now.
I mean,
black men can
it's
cry.
okay to cry. yeah, it's okay to cry, but I'm not on. I mean, I don't want to see it on camera. Just, you know what I'm saying? You better cry to yourself.
Well, I ain't gonna call your ass if I'm crying.
Right. See, this is just what we were talking
I'm
about.
joking, Brillo.
I mean,
I'm playing with you.
I understand you can get emotional, but just I'm saying stand on it. You made the decision, dude. It's not that. Even though everybody saw it across the world, it's not that big of a deal, man. You still got everything. You didn't lose nothing. I know people who done lost everything.
Okay, we gotta put you on pause, but you said it's not a big deal.
I'm thinking bigger. You might have lost a couple bucks, but I'm thinking bigger.
Come
I
on.
know people who lose their life over mistakes like that. You know what I'm saying? Over a split second. So you still got your money, still got your kids, you got your freedom, you got your award.
Yeah.
Life is life, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
So live it. Like,
definitely
enjoy it.
Good point. He has a privilege, but let me get to the rest of my panel because I'll just keep chatting. Tiffany, you're up. Yes. Take it away.
Thank you. I'm kind of leaning in the direction of you, Monique. As far as I like to give people grace and everything. And was Will wrong? Yes, I was disappointed as well. But at the same time, this is a human being. it was a mistake. Should he apologize months ago? But I mean, he did and stuff. But I just feel. I feel like Will should be given some grace now because we've talked about this, as you said, for months and over again. And I felt bad for Chris Rock and stuff too. Chris Rock is just now speaking about the situation. So I think since Chris just spoke about it publicly, that really, compelled Will to speak now. And I'm just saying, no one is perfect. And I'll say this: a few years ago, I had the privilege of meeting Will and stuff, and he's a really nice guy. I don't know him intimately and stuff like that, but he's a nice guy, and I think
a lot of people say it in the industry.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and I think that he it was a mistake, and I think it's a stain on his legacy. And unfortunately, because he's someone, he was the Fresh Prince. He was the clean rapper. Like we haven't had no real knocks on Will's legacy. And I think this and, unfortunately, will be a stain. And, he's imperfect, just like all of us. And so I still rock with Will. I rock with Chris Rock too.
Me too.
It's just an unfortunate situation.
Me too. Pretty girl. What you think, boo?
Well, this happened exactly how I figured it would. Really? Being a person who I'm a processor. So if I make a decision and I'm passionate about it, I'm probably 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to immediately apologize because I'm still passionate and feel how I feel. Sometimes you need to just sit in it, possibly soak and really process it. So I can't tell someone when they need to apologize because I am the person who needs to sit and really reflect, because I think that's where it really is genuine, when you really just sit in it and process it and just mentally just take it all in. And he had several months to do it. Yes. But I'm happy at least he apologized. If it would have came a year from now, fine. We can't tell anyone when to feel sorry and when to apologize for a situation. In agreeing with Brillo in a sense, it is a big deal because we are thinking about who these people are and where they were. But if we take all of that out of the situation, this is 2 men where one slapped the other. We've seen much worse. But it was the worst 2 men probably in the worst situation, possibly because we are in this world where, we live in, okay, we got to act good in front of the white folk. We got to, behave ourselves. So we are conditioned in that way. And again, also, Will is an actor, so he can convey certain emotions as well. I'm not saying it's not genuine because I feel that it is, but of course, some people know how to, convey certain emotions and, manipulate situations. I don't necessarily think this is in this case, but I do definitely feel like he has at least some sincerity. Of course, we don't know. We're not, in his brain, but I am hopefully, glad that possibly this week we can move on from this,
Right.
because it's been just drilled
Yeah,
in to no end. So, but I'm happy he also mentioned and took accountability, and because I
Yeah.
hated that people were blaming Jada. Like, I can't make my husband do something he doesn't want to do, and vice versa. Yes, we have a way to influence and possibly impact our mates' decisions, but I'm glad he at least took the time out to address that situation.
Yep.
I don't want y'all to think that, like, I'm saying like Will can't, like, show emotion. I just want us to see Will as Will. I don't want to see personally. I don't want to see him down and out. Like she said, that's the Fresh Prince. He
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Fresh
want to see
Prince
him
is
like,
imperfect.
He's
Yeah.
imperfect, and he's had to front. I think
We
he's
are-
been living in this, like, what's the word? I don't even know.
Like a bubble. Like,
Yeah,
look how long it took for something for him to have a real scandal. I mean, he's been in the business a long time.
right.
And for him to be, I mean, he's been in the game a long time. And so,
and it sting even worse because he did it to himself.
Yeah.
yeah.
Conflicted.
Yes, and we have
It just
so
feels
many
bad.
celebrities and public figures that mess up time after time after time after time, and they are constantly forgetting, and he gets one little scratch in a sense, and it's caused all this ruckus. But in regards to what Brillo was saying, and I feel like the whole purpose of social media is to get and tap into people's lives outside of their works. So I feel like if you don't care about people's, opinions outside of their works, then you have no business on social media, or, being a part of their life whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So, I do feel like we're in a world that we're very intrusive. But at the same time, you have the decision to put out what you want to put out into the world.
For sure. Well said. Well said. Well, that was good, y'all. Okay. So we're gonna move on because I hope we don't have to talk about this again for the next, because it's like, again, it resurfaced now. So I'm like, oh Lord.
I
It
know.
should come back up.
No, it
I
shouldn't.
wish Chris need to just I don't know, accept it in public, take the photo out so we never have to speak of this again.
Well, now Chris is using it in his routine. He's on tour.
I mean, yeah,
So now he's, so it's going to keep coming up now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as like, I get what you're saying, using it, so it will keep coming up. It's not going.
So I welcome different opinions on my channel, right? I love to hear different perspectives, etc. But it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. No shade, Suburban Jones. But your comment, I'm not understanding, because it sounds like you're trying to equate a man hitting a woman versus a man hitting a man, and I don't see the correlation, like, at all. Like, it's completely different if two chicks got in a fight versus if a woman hit a man, and vice versa. So I don't really understand where you're getting at. And I think Greta had a comment in response.
I like Greta's comment.
I didn't know nothing about this.
Yeah,
I'm getting educated, so
that's real. That's real talk.
That actually happened. Yeah, that's facts right there. And the only reason I know is because they brought it up when this Will Smith thing happened. I'm not even gonna act like I just knew that, but I do remember seeing that the clip and all of it. It's facts.
Wow.
Listen, educate me. I appreciate it. Good points, guys. Good points. Okay, so we're gonna stay on Chris Rock, but it's gonna be a different topic, and I'm excited to talk about this because I feel like it's definitely gonna spark some different opinions. It's gonna get juicy. All right, let's see. So Chris Rock reacts to people saying that his comedy is mainly for white people, or mainly appeals to white people. So during a recent interview with Kevin Hart on his new Peacock TV series, Hart to Hart, Chris Rock candidly spoke about his career and some of the criticism he has received when it comes to his style of comedy. During the interview, the comedian and actor recalled that after his 1996 comedy special, Bring the Pain, critics began to say that his comedy was for white people, a comment he wasn't too fond of. So this is, let me see, I think I have the video? Wait, where is the video? Hold up, y'all. Technical difficulties. Un momento.
You're fine.
What the
This is my
heck?
first time hearing this.
Okay.
I got plenty to say on this topic.
Yeah, I have a lot to say. Dang, come on.
I'm not. Yeah, this is my first time, but it's.
Yeah, this is a. Yeah, I had to do an article about this. And it definitely sparked my interest. And
Yeah,
I
watch
don't
the
know
interview.
where the video went because it was attached to the article that I wrote. So I'm not sure what happened.
I got a lot to say about this one too.
I really want y'all got to hear the clip though because it really puts it in perspective. Oh my gosh. Sorry, peeps.
No, you're fine.
I don't know what happened. Here we go. I think. Let me see. I want to find the specific part. This is actually upsetting because I don't understand why. You know, technology is great when it works, but when it doesn't work,
Chris Rock's comedy.
I gotta get to the part.
Culture. You have a part in movie that is a part where are you aware? Cover of every magazine or whatever in the world. But you had that
Wait.
Whitney Houston rumble.
Oh yes,
like,
found it.
So I called real impact.
Found it, baby. All right, let's do this like Brutus. Share, share screen, tab, share. Okay. All right, y'all. So that was the gist of it. Trying to see if I want to go first or let y'all go. So for me, I hate that whole terminology of you're for white people or this is for I despise it. And the way that Kevin Hart said it was perfectly. You are like it's worldly. You appear what's the word? Damn it, I lost it. I had the word like diverse or what crossover. Like there's other ways to say it, but why do we always put white as a and I saw the comments on social media. You know, people on social media are just savage. A lot of people disrespect Chris Rock, and I cannot stand it. Listen, I understand that his comedy does not appeal to everybody. I get it because who is gonna like every comedian? Every comedian does not appeal to everybody, right? That's okay, but they still have a fan base. That doesn't mean that they're bad. It just doesn't. That's not your cup of tea. But why do we have to put this black man down? And then another thing, I feel like half the people commenting, you don't even really know his stuff. Like, have you even seen any of his specials? Bigger and Black is one of my favorite.
Yeah, Bring the Pain is awesome too.
It's hilarious, and it's on YouTube right now, y'all. Like, I watched it like a few months ago, and I was like, "This shit is like so." It grinds my gears. Let's see, we're gonna do it in reverse. Pretty girl, you go first and tell me your thoughts on their conversation and just the topic as a whole.
Yeah, I watched this whole interview earlier. It's actually a great conversation. They are actually friends, so I love when two friends are able to talk, but still, treat it as an interview and such. I mean, it's a conversation, but it's a craft when you're interviewing a friend. But I feel like damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yep.
When you has such a great talent and you achieve a level of success, is inevitable that you're going to be popular, hence popular culture. So, you're going to appeal to different races and ethnicities. And I feel like you should not be, necessarily criticized for that. It's not your fault who you appeal to. As long as you stay true to yourself and your talent, then you should be fine. Chappelle is one of my, favorite comedians, he appeals to all, But long as you stay true to yourself, it shouldn't matter who you appeal to. And honestly, when it comes to these rappers and these rap concerts, most of the audience, they're mostly white. They're paying most of their bills. Not saying we don't come out and support.
Half of Drake's fans are white, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, not saying they're catering to them, but sometimes they're paying most of their bills. But it's just I hate that too, because we should be able to appeal to the masses. But I think it all stems all the way back to slavery, and just being just hung up on a lot of the racial divide. So it's sad, but it's I don't know when we'll ever get to the point where we'll get over it.
I agree. I don't know if or when. Tiffany, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I like Chris Rock, and I like his humor. I like Bring the Pain. I have Bigger and Blacker and Bring the Pain on DVD, and I was on it way back when. I've seen him in person more than once, and he has a universal audience. I mean, he appeals to all races and everything. So his humor is for everyone. Sometimes I've heard people say that they didn't think he was that funny. It didn't appeal to them. I heard some Black folks say that, but I think some of that may be because I know the one part where we Black women booed Chris Rock at the show that I went to. He made a comment in this. You know where I'm going, Brillo. He made a comment during it was like back in 2008 when Obama was running for office.
Okay.
And that's the one, and I think it wasn't, maybe it was Never Scared. It was one of those we saw in person. And he made a comment that Obama wasn't going to win because he had a Black wife. And he said, yeah, he said it. And it's on HBO too, because we were in person, but they were filming it for an HBO special. And he was like, and Black women didn't know how to play their position. And that's why Obama wasn't going to win. And so we booed him when he said that. And when he said it, he was like, boo if you want. He just kept going and everything. But I was like, that's interesting that you say that. So it was that comment that didn't sit well with sisters. And then there was another thing that came to light that, he's really close with Jerry Seinfeld. And, there were some rumblings that, he allowed some of these white comics to use the N-word. And so some Black folks took offense to that. Like, hey, that may be your homie, but it's not okay to allow them to say the N-word and stuff. So I think definitely he has gotten some heat for those things from the Black community.
Yeah.
And so that may be a reason why people are saying that too, about who his comedy appeals to.
Yep. Well said. Well said. And I get confused by the comment because I just feel like when you look at Chris Rock's comedy, especially Chris Rock, his jokes is catered to Black people, the Black community, and the Black experience. So this whole, he's white or he acts white, I'm like, have y'all never listened to what he's saying? It's definitely catered to, and I can't even think of the word, but it's engulfed in the Black community, the Black experience, different things. I don't get it.
I have to tell you a real funny experience that happened at the first time I saw him.
Okay.
I saw him in Philly at this venue that's no longer available. And in Bring the Pain, he had this whole thing about the difference between N-words and Black people.
That's an infamous.
It's infamous. And he was right. It's dead on. And so we had an incident at the show in Philly. But during his skit, these jokers broke out fighting in the comedy show. And right when he was doing the N-word versus Black people thing. And it looked like, because I was across the arena, it looked like a woman was with a guy. I don't know if it was her man or whatever, but he came down the steps. And next thing you know, they were tussling. And Chris was on the stage and he was like, what? And he was like, security, get these N-words out of here. And it was hilarious. It was perfect timing. because this was a real life thing happening. They were actually rumbling in the audience at the comedy show, and they had to get escorted out. And he went right back into his skit and was like, "What were we just saying about N-word?"
That is funny.
N-words fighting at the comedy show. Man, I hollered. My stomach was hurting. I laughed so hard because the timing was impeccable, and the way he was able to incorporate that foolishness into his act was perfect.
That's a good story. That's a really
That
good
is a good story.
People still say that line to this day about
shoot, I do.
And it's like, listen, we know. Brillo, you're up next. What are your thoughts?
I'm with you on that. I mean, when people say something is black and white, to me it's just ignorance and it's just hate. It's just people hating on Chris Rock. If you don't like his comedy for something that he said, then say that. I mean, of course he's not catering to white people or his comedy is not for white people. It's for anybody who want to listen to it. It's just ignorant and divisive, and it just people need to learn, man. It's just people really need to learn. It sounds dumb. Think about it. Something is just for white people or just for black people. Like when are y'all gonna get it? That's pretty much it. If you don't like Chris Rock because of what he said about black women, cool. He was a sucker for saying that. You'll never put nothing like that out in there, even if you is trying to get a joke off. For me, like that was a very dumb statement. So say that, but not that it's for black or white. It's just stupid for anybody who want to listen to it. It's just basically hate.
Exactly.
Well said. Well said. Nita the Diva, what are your thoughts?
I pretty much feel the same way, Brillo. There's no need. We got a list of things to get through. I think everything's been said, and I can't bring anything else to it. So
okay, nice. So I did not know everybody's thoughts. I didn't know we was all going to agree. So that is bravo.
Sorry,
huh?
I like to be the contrarian.
Yeah. And Brillo too. And Brillo a little bit. I like it. Keep it spicy. Keep it spicy for us. All right, y'all. So next on the docket, anytime my girl Beyonce comes out with something, the people want to come for her, honey. The people want to come for her. She can't just live. She don't bother nobody. But here we are. So Beyonce's album just released, right? Let me actually pull up so y'all know her album just released. It's gotten a lot of promo. The song Break My Soul was everywhere. Kind of got annoying, but y'all know the deal, right? So fellow singer Khalees recently called out Beyonce for sampling her work without her permission for one of her soon-to-be released records. Well, it's released now. So Khalees took to Instagram to basically vent. She did like 2 videos where she's just venting and how she's upset and annoyed. And, she calls out Beyonce. She also calls out Pharrell and Chad. For y'all that don't know, Pharrell and Chad are the Neptunes. They have produced records for like everybody. I love them. I love how they're diverse. They do rap, pop, R&B, rock, all types of stuff. So the song, I actually, is it Milkshake? I have to go back. I don't even know what song.
It was Milkshake.
Okay, so it's Khalees' song Milkshake that Beyonce, I guess, sampled a beat or sampled some of the instrumentals from, whatever. And Khalees is upset, y'all. So let me play the video and then we can chat.
We have mutual friends.
Oops. All right, let me share the screen. Oh, here.
It's not hard. She can contact, right? Ash Nico, who's 20? She's a young white girl. She reached out when she freaking it's just common decency, right? It's common decency, especially because as so many of you pointed out, as though I don't know, but let me help you, okay? I know what I own and what I don't own. I also know the lies that were told. I also know the things that were stolen. Publishing was stolen. People were swindled out of rights. It happens all the time, especially back then.
So it's not about me being mad about Beyonce. Everyone's like, you're all sheep. And I'm talking to the people who are obsessed and blind, just like, like it's so dumb. It's so ignorant. It's so ignorant. She's one issue because it was stupid and disrespectful, and she should have at least reached out. But the real issue is the fact that the people like Pharrell and like Chad, who Chad really is like an amoeba and just he's spineless, he's a miracle he can keep his neck up. But Pharrell knows better. This is a direct hit at me. He does this stuff all the time. It's very petty, very, very, very. And the reality is that it's frustrating. I have the right to be frustrated. Why? Because no one had the human decency to call me like, yo, hey, would like to use your record. Which, by the way, the reason I'm annoyed is because I know it was on purpose. This is not like some, they were in the studio. No, this is an on purpose direct hit, which is very passive aggressive. It's very petty. It's very stupid. And I'm going to say what I have to say. I don't mince my words. So all of you Beyonce fans, knock yourselves out. I'm not mad like that. It's not about me being jealous of someone using my song. That's the dumbest, most ignorant thing I've ever heard. Like, grow up. I was not thinking about her or no one else. Not even on no shade. Just not thinking about living my greatest, best life, as I always do. So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that from one artist to another, you should have the decency and the common sense and the courtesy to call, reach out, a manager, an agent, anybody just be like, yo, heads up. This is what we're thinking. This is what we're doing. Even if you're going to do it anyway. Just common decency. Like I said, it's happened before where people at least had the wherewithal to be like, yo, using your record, we understand that like Pharrell totally swindled you out of your stuff. Just want to give the respect because that's what you do, right? No, that's not what happened. So grow up, okay? I don't mince my words. I say exactly how I feel, when I feel it, how I feel it. I don't care who likes it or doesn't like it. It is what it is. These are facts. This is not opinion, okay? These are facts. Later.
Woo! She is mad. Okay, so let me just preface this.
Big mad.
Yes, big mad. Yes, I am a member of the Beehive, but I am very logical and reasonable. I am not psychotic like some of them, so you won't get that from me. Okay. And another thing, I actually do like Khalees, so this kind of sucks for me because I like both. Yeah. I feel like I understand that she would have liked some type of heads up. Sure. Okay, noted. I get it. But I don't know if I would have done a live. Like for me, the issue is not with Beyonce, honey. I'm sorry. Beyonce is the artist. Pharrell was the producer and engineer of the song. So Beyonce did what she was supposed to do to get clearance to use it. She went to the source. The source is Pharrell. So technically, on legal shit, she did what she was supposed to do, baby. She don't really owe Khalees nothing. A courtesy is simply that. A courtesy. It's not required. It's not even necessary. It's just like, okay, that would be nice. A courtesy. I get it. But she did not owe Beyonce. I mean, yeah, she did not owe Khalees anything, in my opinion. The issue is with Pharrell and Chad, and that's who she needs to deal with. As she said, that he swindled her out of her deal, right? So, Tiff, what you?
No, I feel differently because, and I'm also a B fan. I've gone to see her and all that and stuff. But I also my son is an artist, and I should manage him. And you know, when it comes to intellectual property and things like that, and music, yeah, you do owe them a courtesy. And whether it was Khalees, I agree with you. She shouldn't have got on the live and made this public. I think her people should have just called, you know, and handled it privately. So I think by her doing that, because I see now that as of today, Beyonce has now dropped, you know, dropped the writing credit, all of that and stuff. And I think, you know, by her including it, I think Beyonce probably was trying to show Khalees love, pay homage to her and everything. But when you are using people's stuff, and I know I read somebody's comment said it wasn't hers or whatever, that's her song. She's the artist on that song. You know, she's the artist on that song, and maybe, you know, Pharrell and all of them produced it and whatever. When it comes to intellectual property and dealing with the business, the industry, and all of that, Beyonce may not have done it, but she has a team. Her team should have made sure with Pharrell's team and Chad and everything that things were straight. So if they did not do that, you know, it may be her team, but she's the head of that team. They're gonna look at her, you know.
Yeah.
So like I said, I come at it from a different perspective because my son is an artist.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for sharing that. I have a question though.
Mhm.
Because I didn't really read this part too much. Did she give Khalees writing credit on the song?
It was some writing credit
From my
because
understanding.
Beyonce just took it off. She took the credit.
Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a good
Well, yeah, that's why I think it's good. I was just like, I wish Khalees had gone about it differently instead of blowing it up because, you know, because I think that bring more, you know,
Doesn't she get a
more
bag?
publicity to Khalees and give her song a new rebirth. Like I think that Beyonce was trying to also do her a solid.
I think
if she had called them on the low and worked that out now, the song is off. The writing credit is off, and I'm like,
so that's a bag that she lost, right? Because if you get a writing credit,
yes. So that's why I was just like, dang, Khalees, like I get you. I felt you because that's your intellectual property. But I was like, you could have handled that on the low.
I agree.
And still got your bag because at the end of the day, Beyonce is still one of the biggest artists in the world, and so it would have been a good look for Khalees. And now she totally nixed it and the writing credit from the album. So I'm like, so she's like, okay, I hear you. I know we gonna do. We just gonna nix it.
We gonna cut it. You want to say something?
I didn't know that's what happened. She took her off.
She did. She took the sample off. She took the writing credit off, and you know because
she made
I was like, okay, I was like, you could have handled it better. I felt what she was saying, but if she would have handled it better, it would have been a win-win for both of them.
Yeah, but sometimes the bag is not. Sorry, Brillo. The bag is not always everything. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't know Khalees personally, even though she's my Harlem sister. You know, she don't really strike me, and of course, I don't know her, but the bag may not be important. You know, we always say we are all content creators. I'm sensitive about my ish, whatever I'm a part of. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and I'm a big Bay fan. I done paid $1,000 this year. I done bought every album. So I invest a lot of time and money in Beyonce. I love Khalees as an artist as well. So like I said, I just like you guys, I love them both as artists. But at the end of the day, money does not mean everything, especially when you're an artist. I don't get me wrong, I'm all about the coin too. Right. But sometimes other things takes precedence. And from my understanding, they have been had low-key beef. You know, when she mentioned I'm sorry, I can't think of the name of the song, but they said she was referencing Beyonce when she said, I was the first one to scream on the track when Beyonce came out with Ring the Alarm. And mind you, they both had husbands who were beefing. So it could be a lot of behind the scenes things that may have been happening. Of course, she had bad deals with Pharrell. So I honestly feel like there are a lot of behind the scenes things that may have happened that is coming out in the forefront in terms of not necessarily the details, but the result of it is coming out to the public. And yeah, there's a way to handle things. Everybody goes on live and tell their business and make mistakes. I mean, she ain't the only one. People do it every day, B. But you know, at the end of the day, of course, we all can see there's better way of handling things. But when you're passionate and you know, when you're frustrated, we all sometimes we react.
No, I get that. And y'all are educating me in the chat. I didn't know Pharrell had a history of robbing people, you know, not getting people their just due. I mean,
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know. I never knew that. So y'all are teaching me something new. I ain't know that, child. Nita the Diva, you're up next, boo. What are your thoughts? What's your opinion?
My thoughts more so lean to, like, I agree. I'll just say this blanket statement. I think a professional courtesy could have been paid. No, it wasn't necessary. But I want to speak to the deeper issue. What people are talking about in the comments, how, you know, once the Black men and the people that you think you can trust as an artist get their footing in the music industry and how they do the same thing that the white people do. And they don't look out for you. and they don't look out. They take all of you. They don't include you. They use you. They pretty much want to do the same thing. It's like the same thing that the white people are trying to do, the black people are trying to do to their artists. And I just don't like that. I don't like when people take advantage of vulnerable people or people who don't have the leg up. And that I feel like that's where Khaleesi's hurt is. Her hurt is that Pharrell did that. We Diddy did it. Michael Bivins did it. Like every time they able to get up into that spot, it feels like they don't bring you up. It feels like they still want to kind of keep you down, just like how the white people kept them down. And that's what I don't respect about it. Like I said, I feel like it could have been a professional courtesy. And I listened to it side by side, and I still didn't really hear it. I barely heard it. Like I kept listening and listening and listening. I was like, I don't hear it. What is the big deal? But maybe I'm not a big music person. Y'all know my thing is movies. Like I like really critique and get into movies, but music, I love music. I listen to music, but I don't know if I'm able to like pick up the cues of like certain samples unless they're blaring. And I don't think that was even blaring for me. So I didn't. Yeah. That's
well said. Brillo, you're up next. What are your thoughts, sir?
All right, so I mean, it all comes down to this. Like, Beyonce is a boss, right? She's not gonna call Khalees and ask for permission. Like you said, she's gonna go and do what she do, or have her people get the clearance. Yeah, she could have called you, but she didn't. Just like Tiffany said, you could have handled that a lot better. You got to move in silence. You just missed out on the opportunity. You could have leached on to that and maybe got some steam. I don't even know if she's still doing music. I mean, it could have possibly helped her. Instead, you hop on live, get in your feelings, and make an enemy out of a friend who could have extended an olive branch. Beyonce got trillions and trillions of fans who now was never gonna listen to a Khalees album, as opposed to, oh, we friends with Khalees, so maybe a third of her people maybe go stream some Khalees or something. You gotta think, man. You gotta think.
That's a good point.
I know you was hurt or whatever, but you know that was Pharrell doing and not hers. She not taking the dig at you. So get in there and work your magic. Don't hop on the track because you want the boss to come ask your permission, the worker, the person who got finessed out of their situation. It's bad, but come on, the boss is not gonna come talk to the worker who's selling nickel bags at the park. Right. Come on, man.
Right. I understand what you're saying, Brillo, but Beyonce has been known to call other artists personally when she wants to collab. So, not saying that, and I agree with you, but you sometimes people pick and choose on how they operate with certain people. Not saying like Nita said, you don't have to, clear anything in her business, but I have noticed people are handled differently. And we know Pharrell and Jay-Z, they are friends. So I think it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't have anything about, know anything about.
A lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I understand why Khalees heated, but like y'all said, just everybody
there's a way to go about it. I'm with Brillo. I understand. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, there was a delay. My bad.
No, I'm just saying, do it behind the scenes. Wasn't that serious? Like Nita said, it wasn't like she just totally jacked your track.
Yeah, I agree with all y'all. All make good points. I think again, I'm siding with Brillo. With the fact that like we understand why Khalees is upset. I get it. I understand, but I don't agree with how she went about it. That's what I'll say. I just don't agree with how she went about it. So on to the next topic. We have 3 more topics to go. Thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys. Make sure you guys like this video and make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. I'm going to put their links in the description box when we're done. So make sure y'all check out their channel, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So we're gonna stay on Beyonce because, like I said, when my girl comes out, she don't bother nobody. But when she pops out, the people wanna listen.
Okay.
The people wanna come for her. So she's in the press, y'all. So Beyonce confirms that she will remove a lyric from her new album Renaissance amid criticism that it's ableist and deeply offensive. I'm going to break it down. So, in her new song titled Heated, which she collabed with Drake on, Beyonce sings spazzing on that ass, spaz on that ass. Okay. According to reports, fans and activists criticized the use of the word spaz in the song. Reportedly, the word has been used to refer in a derogatory way to people with disabilities, especially people with cerebral palsy. However, in African American vernacular English, a dialect of, yeah, y'all got it. The word means like go crazy. It could mean fight. It could mean a plethora, a plethora of things, as we know. Okay, spaz out. Anyway, so a rep for Queen Bee had this to say. They said the word not used intentionally in a harmful manner will be replaced in the song. Okay. I didn't know what the hell ableist meant until I wrote this article, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but I did not know the word spaz. Brillo. I didn't know the word spaz was a derogatory word for
I didn't either.
disability. So I went on an Instagram rant on my story yesterday. If y'all followed me, child, I went on a rant. And this is my thing. Unless it's like a blatant, like you are blatantly being discriminatory, you're blatant, unless it's a blatant, obvious, like in your face, like something like this, I'm like, okay, where do we draw the line as a society? When do we when do we stand on our shit and say, you know what? I did not have any ill intent. This is the context in which I use the word. I apologize for any misunderstanding, but as a result, I'm going to keep this word on my song due to not having any ill intent. Like, when are we gonna stand on our shit and just be like, fuck it, I'm not apologizing, or no, I'm not gonna remove X, Y, and Z to please X, Y, and Z person. Something like this. She says spaz on that ass. Spaz on that ass. She could have meant twerking on that. You don't know what she could have meant. So many things. And this is my thing. They know it wasn't harmful. They know it wasn't harmful because you can read the lyric and hear the song and see how she's using the term. So at what point, like today, it takes nothing to offend somebody. It takes nothing. So every time someone's offended, we're supposed to bend over backwards. Like, where's the balance? Where is, like, as you can see, I'm worked up off the topic.
Be passionate.
I'm very passionate about the topic because I just think it speaks to a bigger issue. No, it's not because it's Beyonce and I'm a fan. It has nothing to do with her. It speaks to a bigger issue about where we are in society. Someone says one thing and they're immediately labeled this, that, and the third. You can't have a different opinion without it speaks to that bigger issue. So that's why I'm passionate about it, child. Let me see. Ooh, how did I go? We'll start with Nita this time. What are your thoughts, Nita?
Well, with me, I'm gonna make it quick and fast. I didn't even know. Listen, I still don't know. I'm left dumbfounded. I don't want to totally dismiss people who are offended.
Right.
Have a comma. I just don't get all of that. Like, I don't know. How should I say it? I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I even care enough. I don't know. Now I know that spaz. I can't use spaz. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel two ways about it. I feel like I want to kind of then it's. But then again, I don't, because I know how people can twist and turn the narrative into something that isn't even a big deal. So, but it's not a big deal to me, and so that's what I want to keep saying, that it's me and mine. I think it's the majority, because like we all was on the panel, we were like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" So I didn't know the verse, I didn't know the word, I didn't know what community, I didn't know nothing about at all. I was clueless. So yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
care.
Inga's comment says it. That's why I just keep my mouth shut, because you feel like you're walking on eggshells. And that's what I'm saying. There has to be a balance. I don't know if or when this is going to happen, but I want us I'm going to say America, because I don't feel like other countries, UK is not this sensitive. Other places ain't this fucking sensitive. I'm sorry. So I'm going to say, damn America. We as Americans, I just hope one day we can get to a place where it is a balance between no cancel culture. I'm not going to cancel you because you made a mistake. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to say, hey, give you benefit of the doubt. Like, hey, this is not a good term to use. Can you, where are we going to get to that versus, oh my God, he said that? Oh, cancel his show. Like, come on. Or you say one comment, oh, you're a homophobe. What? All I did was disagree with this one. Like, that's what I'm speaking to. And that's what pisses me off. And I get it. Now, Nita, I want to ask you, actually, I want to ask everybody something. Due to the nature of, I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say, due to the word, right, that caused the issue, do y'all think they are now going to try to transform spaz? Okay, you know how we can't really say the R word anymore?
Oh, okay. I had to think about the R word.
Not assault, the other R word, word to
right.
some people who have disabilities. You get my drift?
Right.
Do you think they're going to now try to turn spaz into that? Because it's like, now if you say that word, it's like a don't say that. Like, so I wonder if spaz is going to become the new.
Yeah.
That's for everybody. I'm just
They
curious.
made a big deal about it because, like I said, I didn't know what that was. Like, for me, I probably would have been more upset had she used the R word instead of, because the S word don't even correlate to me. Like, who knows that? Like, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like because they made a big highlight and Beyonce is who she is, then it is now known, and they're gonna go ahead and do it.
We are so selective, aren't we? Because we just had a whole president in office who used all of these words. So if y'all gonna use the R word and make it a slur, y'all should have did it when he was in office, okay? And they know that Beyonce attracts a lot of headlines, so they're using this opportunity to make it. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to invalidate anybody's feelings, because you can't tell somebody when to be offended. But at the end of the day, spaz, at least I could say in the Black community, we've been using that as slang since forever.
Yeah.
And you also not only think about the term that's being used, you have to think about the person and the context that it comes from. We know Beyonce is not out there intentionally trying to harm and insult people that are disabled. Like, this is ridiculous at this point. And I'm like, this is way too much. And if y'all want to go there, we won't have no rap music.
Nothing.
There's a lot of things that we would not have if we gotta just really tiptoe. And I can't even say walking on eggshells, because we're living in a world where we can't even walk on eggshells. The eggshells is going to get offended.
Yeah, we're walking on glass at this point. We're walking on glass at this point. We're walking on glass.
But it's definitely just, I feel like it's another opportunity to, and I hate that because we're talking about disabled people, so I want to be sensitive, but sometimes we just, it's just a lot. Lizzo had to remove that word from her song as well recently.
Yep, just last month she did. I'll save my thoughts at the end. Brillo, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I'm tired of this type of stuff. It's like when I have to know this stuff, because of my job or whatever. But it's like people are looking. I don't want to be insensitive, like Nita said. I'm not gonna say nothing that make you, unhappy. You want me to call you this? I'm gonna call you this. You want me to call you that? I'm gonna call you that. Literally. But whatever make you happy. But I mean, I don't want to sound like an old man, but damn, this is getting ridiculous around here. Like, you literally can't say anything. It's frustrating. Like,
Right.
frustrating. Like, I had no clue what you. I don't. This is. I learned something today.
Right.
Literally. That's it. I learned something today.
Yep. This made headlines. Yep.
But the thing is that I don't feel like that word is specific to one
At
Hey,
all.
how you just take the word?
word. Like, no, that does not. It doesn't make
Is
sense.
it even in the
Actually, it is. It's
Go ahead,
specific.
Sis.
Yeah, it is because I read the article for the disabled community, and I'm not saying, look, we in our community we do say it, and I understand why it does not seem offensive to anyone else, and
I
but
feel
when I was reading an article
mental
about
health community
Mhm.
couldn't it go towards the mental health? Well, either way,
Yeah, it was talking about. It said that the article that I read talked about the word was short for like spastic, and when it refers specifically to the disabled community. And listen, I think this uproar is it's a lot, but at the same time, I'm trying to be sensitive to the disabled community because when we're offended, we definitely don't want anybody to downplay how we feel and everything. And in the article I read, there were a couple of disabled people who spoke up. But on the other hand, but you know who's trying to piggyback on this situation? I don't know.
I just did an article today.
I saw this article, and now I see that Monica Lewinsky is trying to piggyback and say that she wants the reference to her taken out of Partition and stuff. Now she's trying to pick, and I'm like, where were you? I mean, Partition came out years ago, sis.
You did that
today. She addressed it back in 2014. She did in a Variety, Vanity Fair or Variety magazine. She did address it in 2014. So for y'all that don't know, real quick, in Beyonce's 2013 song "Partition," it's a very sexual song.
I like that song.
So what's the line? It was Monica Lewinsky all on my gown, which means he went boing. Okay. So, that was a cute little thing.
I agree with Inga about Monica. You need to sit down.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know why she brought this attention to herself. So amid, Beyonce removing the word spaz, Monica Lewinsky went to Twitter and said, okay, that's great. So Beyonce, how about you remove the line about me in your song?
Too late, it's done.
Baby, that song was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It ain't going no. We know the words. The song has streamed across the world. She's already performed. She's performed it all over the world.
All over.
Mm-hmm. 8 years. Hang it up. Flat. Right. Hang it up.
And I just wanted to bring up the words, Beyonce used spaz, but spasticity is abnormal increase in muscle tone or stiffness. It may interfere with movement and speech. So and that's what I'm talking about, context. Like,
right.
Yes. Very important.
This is what has nothing to do with what, she's trying to convey in this song. So
right.
It's frustrating, but this is where we've come to as a society, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like,
I just
keeping up with all this stuff is difficult for your boy.
This is hard. Like, no, you feel, and this is coming from someone who is very open-minded, and I try to always, put myself in someone else's shoes. I'm a very empathetic, sympathetic person, but damn, it just makes you feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It actually, like, I would never want to be a celebrity right now, like, ever, because it's just like you can't do shit. And then even if you're perfect today, someone's gonna be an asshole and dig up some shit you said on Twitter 15 years ago or 10 years ago, and then try to throw it in your fucking face. Like, nigga, I was dumb 10 years ago. I'm not even the same. I'm not even the same
was
person I
19.
was 3 years ago, let alone 10. So I'm passionate because we're seeing this damn near every single day. Every day. I mean, let's move on. Did everybody go? Everybody went, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me see some of the comments. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all been in the chat. Let's see real quick. Yeah, at the end, I agree with this, Savannah. You're not gonna please. You're good at this point. It takes nothing to offend somebody. Everyone is gonna find something to be offended by. What do you do in that situation? And that's what I was saying. You're gonna just bend over every time and just.
And that's why we have publicists to handle all the stuff.
It just be there's the publicist, because I've been thinking about even getting in that field, and I'm just like,
that's annoying.
What
I mean, in terms of what it could be.
A publicist in today's time has a different type of load on them than someone from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm in that field. That's why I know like certain things.
It's hard.
Has to be made, You
just have to every single time apologize and shut up, because everybody's is in fear of being canceled. So even if they disagree, they're gonna shut up. They're gonna take it on the chin. They're gonna apologize and pray they don't get canceled. And that's how we're living right now, and I don't freaking like it.
So we're not standing on nothing that we believe. Now we just caving for the bag.
I just can't. Yeah. All right, y'all. So 2 more topics, okay? Oh God, I hate talking about this person, but Donald Trump. His name has been circulating a lot lately, and I'm just getting nervous. Like, oh God, like it was nice not hearing his name every other day on the news, right? Wasn't it? And then now lately, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to gear up for a campaign? Like,
he is.
Yes. No.
2020.
I'm about to
hold on. RHOA.
Huh?
I said we saw the sign on RHOA. Trump 2024.
Oh yeah, we did. All right, guys, let's get into this. So Donald Trump is blasting Brittany Griner for going to Russia, in his words, loaded up with drugs. She got caught, and now we're supposed to get her out for an absolute killer in one of the big arms dealers in the world. So let me get to reading so y'all understand.
We talking about Donald.
So basically, I don't even want to waste my time. So basically, y'all, they're trying to do a trade now, where the Russia's going to trade Brittany Griner for this U.S. citizen who murdered a lot of people. He's been in jail over there for like 15, 20, some crazy long bid he's doing over there in Russia. So they're going to try to make this trade. Donald Trump is basically saying, this ain't the best idea. We're just gonna play this, and then we're gonna talk after. Un momento.
You could look weak. But would you have made, by the way, the offer for Brittany Griner and Victor Bout that Russia has put forward, where they'll trade this arms dealer's 25 years for arms dealing all over the world for the WNBA player and also, I believe, a former Marine who's being held there?
She went in there loaded up with drugs into a hostile territory where they're very vigilant about drugs. They don't like drugs. And she got caught. And now we're supposed to get her out. And she makes a lot of money, I guess. But we're supposed to get her out for a absolute killer and one of the biggest arms dealers in the world. Killed many Americans, killed many people. And he's going to get a free card. And we're going to get her. She knew you don't go in there loaded up with drugs. And she admitted it. I assume she admitted it without too much force because it is what it is. And it certainly doesn't seem like a very good trade, does it? He's an absolute one of the worst in the world, and he's going to be given his freedom because a potentially spoiled person goes into Russia loaded up with drugs.
And what do you think of Zelensky doing a Vogue cover shoot with his wife recently. Did you see some of the photos of that?
I haven't seen that, but that's it's probably.
Whew.
Man, I can't
Um,
believe. Can't
it's
believe.
a lot to spoiled sex.
Let me go first.
I'm gonna say I'm scared. I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna say it. Shit. If y'all want to cancel me,
I'm gonna say, let me go first.
if I get canceled, nah, y'all better not cancel me. Okay. How do I
Don't do it.
I'm trying to say it in a politically correct way?
Gather your thoughts.
See, I'm fucking scared, damn it.
Just say it. Let it out.
I agree with Miss Kara Speaks. She's making a valid point over here in the comments.
Yep. So while I despise Donald Trump,
Yeah, Russia is.
I despise him. I don't like what he said exactly. Loaded up with drugs. The girl had a vape pen. Shut the fuck up. Trying to villainize her, loaded up with drugs. Like a vape pen? A vape pen? All right.
But that's his MO though. That's how he rolls. When he said the Mexicans come over to the US and they're not bringing their best and stuff. I mean, that is how he speaks about people of color. So I'm not surprised to hear him say that.
So all that said, someone like me who is a lover of scandal and all the political shows and government shows, I am a little nervous about this on a bigger, grander scale. This could become a very risky thing. We usually do not engage in trade-offs. I forget the actual proper term, but America,
don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're not really terrorists in this case, but it's basically the same type of guidelines. America isn't really known to be negotiating and doing trade-off deals in this type of way for these type of reasons. This is not really our norm. So we are kind of breaking the mold, right? That's been set. With that being said, it sucks that the person they're going to trade it off is a murderer doing a 25-year bid. I mean, it's like of all the people, and I know there's probably some innocent good people stuck in Russia on some BS right now that they could have chosen. I don't know why they chose him. Russia might have done it just to be assholes, but it's just I'm looking at the bigger scale. Of course we sympathize with her. Of course it's bullshit. Of course we want her to come home, but my spidey senses are getting a little nervous. I mean, in Scandal, hello. I don't know if y'all watch Scandal, but when Olivia Pope was damn snatched up and traded off, that's why she was so pissed that Fitz did what he did, because it's like you negotiated with it's a big deal. So I've said my piece. We're gonna do it reverse style. Pretty girl. We're gonna start with you.
Yeah, this is a good point too.
I'm gonna let Brillo go right before me because I know he had something he wanted to say.
Okay, go ahead, Brillo.
I mean, I hear Donald Trump charged words and his rhetoric saying that she making her like she had a whole kilo in her bag or something, like she's a drug dealer. But I mean, he was right. It's not a good trade. If I'm not mistaken, where's this guy coming from? This arms dealer? He's in jail?
In
prison in the U.S. Right. So I mean,
no, he's in the U.S. Sorry.
Yeah, he's in prison.
They're pressing. They're Russian. They don't like us, or the United States. So why wouldn't they try to get one of their operatives out? If this all it's gonna take is a Brittany Griner, we'll hold her forever. And I blame her. It's not that serious. You go into Russia, you know where you're at. Like, I get it. It's never that serious. You get what you got to get when you get off the plane. You don't even do that flying commercially, flying into from state to state. But you gonna go international with a vape pen? Now, yeah, it's not a whole kilo. It's not a lot, but still, you are in Russia. Like, you put yourself in this. And no, they should not let this dude loose. Because you did that. It's sad. Yeah, it's sad that they're making a big deal out of what happened and you're suffering because of the United States and Russia situation. But I mean, you did it to yourself. I gotta be honest. Donald Trump is a jerk, but I agree with him on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Make sure.
On this. Mother, okay, y'all don't get it twisted up in here.
It's definitely not a fair trade, but that's because Russia is playing chess, not checkers.
There you
We
go.
are opening up Pandora's box. Since we are doing something that's unorthodox, they are like, okay, they're open to making deals now. So we're going to hem up however, we can find and be petty. And
it's a win-win for Russia.
Americans. And so we can use them as pawns for the future. Like Russia knows what they're doing. Brittany Griner is an athlete, for God's sake.
She is a celebrity. That's why they're using her. She is a celebrity.
They know what they are doing. And he made a comment, oh, she's spoiled and makes a lot of money. She's over there because she wasn't making a lot of money in the United States.
Exactly. She plays ball over there. And her lawyers also said that she has a prescription for those drugs. So while he's saying she was loaded up with drugs, and I hear you, like, you got to know where you are, and you got to read the room. She's in Russia, and Russia is very strict. They got witnesses over there in jail for preaching about the Bible and stuff. So they don't play in Russia. So you do got to know where you are. But her lawyers did say that she does have a prescription for those things. And they are trying to make an example of her because she is a celebrity, because the U.S. is also aiding in the situation with Ukraine. So they are using Brittany as a pawn right now.
For sure. Well said.
And one only point, she's been playing in Russia for a long time. So, from my understanding, it was an oversight. I think she's well and clear where she was, but I think she just slipped up. Honestly, it was a horrible slip up. She's been playing over there for years, so she knows the rules. But she definitely is accountable for that mistake. But it's over.
Has she been over there for like 10 years? I think she's been over there
several years
for like 10 years or so. So she may have gotten a little comfortable.
Yeah, definitely too comfortable.
Who? Nita? Or no? Who went?
It's on me. But I pretty much feel the same way. I do not like 45 at all. At all. But the way he crafted the narrative, the way he described it, it was disgusting. Like,
right.
But I mean, it's right in his MO. That's how he talks. That's how he paints the narrative of us, Americans or not. So, I mean, I didn't expect anything differently. But yeah, we're in a different territory when we're talking about these people are not the same. Like, these are not equals. Like, if you could give me somebody that is locked up for something petty, something on an equal footing, but no, absolutely not. I'm sorry. My heart goes out to her, goes out to her family, all her supporters. My heart goes out to me. Like, I'm the first one that want to speak up for a Black woman, but however, this is a whole different situation. It's
a whole different ball game.
And with him, for him to even speak on this, that's his pal. I'm not even saying the Russia's leader's name, but I'm saying 45. That is,
that's his buddy.
He wouldn't even step to him over the stuff that he did in our country. Facts. So I think it's interesting that that he's going that hard on Brittany, but he ain't speak ill of his boy.
And he's pardoned numerous people who done worse crimes.
Yes. That part.
Yeah. But it's also a way for Donald Trump to dig at, his opposition, the people who let this deal happen. Like, they're weak, I'm strong, I should be in charge. My man was like, would you ever have did this deal? Oh, hell no, I wouldn't have did that. That's a way to dig at his opponents as well.
Yeah. Well said, y'all. Well said. Yeah, yeah, this is not gonna be good. I don't want to be negative or speak anything. Not that I'm that powerful, but it doesn't I'm nervous about what could come from this. So moving on, this is our last topic. Again, everybody, please like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, please check out everyone's channel that's on the panel. They put out amazing content, so please subscribe to them. Okay, last topic. This is a very interesting one. So Shonda Rhimes, Issa Rae, Ava DuVernay, and more than 400 TV creators demand studios such as Netflix and Disney to provide safety protocols in anti-abortion states. Now, I'm going to read the article for this one so that we fully understand. So, according to reports, over 400 television creators and showrunners united and sent a letter to top-level executives demanding specific protocols to protect pregnant employees in states where abortion is now banned. The companies being addressed in the letter include big names like Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, NBC Universal, and Apple, just to name a few. The letter was signed by A-list talent such as Shonda Rhimes, Issa Rae, Natasha Lyonne, Ava DuVernay, Chelsea Handler, a whole bunch of people. Okay. The group of Hollywood A-listers are demanding that some of the biggest media companies in the U.S. outline specific protections for employees working in states that have outlawed abortion after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. They also demand protocols for medical care for ectopic pregnancies and other pregnancy complications that require medical treatment. Yeah. So the letter even asks that companies pledge to discontinue all political donations to anti-abortion candidates and political action committees immediately. This is a pretty big deal. Mm-hmm. What are y'all thoughts on this? We will start with Pretty Girl.
So, and I think I read the letter as well, and they also gave them, I believe, a 10-day deadline to respond. And they also threatened to pull their work out of the states who are anti-abortion, and I believe it was Georgia, Texas, and another state. So I saw Courtney Kemp was one of the people signed on the list. I went through the list. I didn't recognize a lot of names, but it was like maybe 6 people that I recognized.
This was literally like,
yeah, it was a long list. Writers, you just creators and showrunners.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that they're taking a stand. You know, more corporations need to take a stand about this, because this reversing Roe versus Wade in the first place was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I feel like, you know, shout out to 45. They are trying to make America great again, I guess, because they realize that they are being outnumbered. And they want to make sure their population is thriving consistently. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely happy that, you know, they are coming together, and, you know, these Black women, you know, are just, you know, starting something very revolutionary, and I appreciate it.
Tiff, you're up.
I'm just keeping mine short and sweet. All 4 Black women pulling together, using their platform to protect other women and women of color.
Mm-hmm.
So, short and sweet.
Boom. Nita?
Same here. Kudos to them. Like, I'm glad Pretty Girl actually read the article and saw the names. I applaud all of them, even though they may be unknown. They still deserve their applause or whatever. I love it. I love it, because it is really like looking like the Handmaid's Tale over here. Like, you know, it's getting a little dystopian. We need to like kind of chill that. We gotta chill that down.
Austin.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely definitely the Handmaid's Tale. Like, for that show, I only got through season 2. That's a show that I really have to take in doses because it's like, oh, intense. I never thought that could ever happen. I'm not saying it could happen, but what just occurred with the Supreme Court is extremely alarming. And now my antennas are up and I'm definitely paying attention. It's very scary. Very scary. Brillo, what are your thoughts?
So I think it's beautiful. People don't usually stand on something, you know what I'm saying, in this generation, in this era. If it don't affect me, they don't, give a damn about it. Like, if you're not pregnant trying to have an abortion, then you don't care about it. That's how people usually think. But these women or whoever signed and did this, put this together, women or men and women or just women, whoever, I don't know the list, but they stood on something. And I don't have nothing but respect for that. The utmost respect for that. And it was a foolish decision anyway. My take on abortion, I mean, I don't have one. You know what I'm saying? I'm careful. When I want to have that's fellas, that should be our take. If you don't want to have one, they can't get pregnant by themselves. So once that leave your body, bro, like, you gotta wait.
And they also have to stop assaulting women who may want to.
Hello, that's another thing.
Yeah.
No, we don't co-sign that.
No, I'm just saying abortion also not necessarily comes from unwanted pregnancy by having sex.
Yeah. I was speaking. I wasn't even putting that in.
I'm just adding. I'm adding too.
Adding.
That's kill.
Well said, you guys. I mean, I'm again. It's a bothersome topic. I am nervous. I mean, they were talking about next, touching on the whole gay rights, marriage equality thing. So I'm just like,
whoa. They even care though? That'd be my question. Like, why are you?
But that was my thing. That was my thing years ago. Why do we care? Like the fact that America was so engulfed into the "Are you gay? Are you not gay?" You mean y'all remember George Bush and the with the military? Don't ask, don't tell. Like, whoa! Like, look where we came from. And I was literally having this conversation prior to the Supreme Court thing, and I'm like, look how far we've come. Like, and then now look.
Listen,
10 steps backward.
Nothing is safe. Next thing they're gonna be talking about is civil rights. Like, come on,
okay. We barely got that
is on the table.
We barely got that as is. I mean, it's just yep, voting rights. Yeah, girl, they've already been
wicked out here.
Huh?
So this was getting wicked.
Yeah. For me, like I don't want to kind of put my tinfoil hat on, but I just kind of want to speak to, you know, how I feel like politicians try to figure out ways to get the people to vote again, like to believe in democracy again. And a lot of people are starting to fall off. People don't even believe voting even really like what's the purpose? Like, so it's like they're trying to get people activated to do something to like kind of conform to their little something. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I don't like it, and it's turning me off of voting altogether. I'm like,
man, you're not lying, Nita. I'll be like, man, that's why I just do the absentee, man, just to say I did it.
Right.
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think anymore, but I don't know. Yeah. But y'all, we are done for the night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been amazing. Great conversation. Thank you everybody in the chat for your comments, being, engaging with us. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it. Once we end the live, y'all give me 3 minutes and I'm going to link everybody's YouTube channel in the description box. So please make sure you check out their channel and show them some love and support as well. Guys, I'm going to do this Tuesdays at 9:00. It's about to be the new segment on my channel, Hot Topics. So y'all get ready. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.